Hello, everyone. JDev has returned once again to give you exactly what you want, which of course would be more of me, that amazing, beautiful backdrop that's usually always behind me, giving you my thoughts, my opinions, and what I hope will be some expert analysis on a certain topic subject. Tomorrow night, the bad motherfucker title is on the line. UFC 244. Gonna give my predictions on that particular fight card. Before I do that, if you're a fan of the UFC and you like this video, obviously, thumb up the video, like it, share it, favorite. If you're new to this channel and you want to subscribe, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And of course, if you're a major fan of this channel and you like UFC, leave a comment. Leave a comment about your predictions for the fight card or future fights that you want to see. Let's get the conversation started. So without further ado, my predictions for UFC 244. There's a good fight in the preliminary fights. We have the main event of that will be Corey Anderson versus Johnny Walker. Both fighters are coming off of victories, although we haven't seen them fight for a while. Johnny Walker is very impressive. Corey Anderson, he might not be exciting, but he gets the job done. I think Johnny Walker is going to win the fight with some crazy strike that's going to knock Corey Anderson senseless. With that said, if Corey Anderson can get Johnny Walker on the ground and manhump him for 3 rounds, we're going to have a different outcome. But my pick to win is Johnny Walker. Hopefully Johnny Walker has recovered from his post-fight celebration where he hurt his shoulder or his arm or something to do with his arm. Tore something or hurt something, whatever it was, but I'm picking Johnny Walker to win that fight by knockout. On to the main card now. We have Kevin Lee returning to the UFC lightweight division to take on Gregor Gillespie. He's got the reach. He's got the height advantage. He's got the experience advantage. I'm going to pick Kevin Lee in this fight to win and get back to his winning ways in the lightweight division, just because I think Kevin Lee has a lot to prove, and he's going against a guy that's undefeated currently. However, things could go drastically different for Kevin Lee, but I'm going to pick Kevin Lee in that fight just because. We also have a returning Derek Lewis in the heavyweight division taking on Ivanov. This is going to be an interesting fight. Derek Lewis has had some exciting fights and fights that didn't go very well, that he all of a sudden has a shot that happens and wins the fight. Derek Lewis shouldn't have beat Alexander Volkov, but did with a haymaker at the end of the fight to win. Otherwise, he was losing that fight. So I'm going to go with Derek Lewis because he's got the reach and the height, and he's a more experienced competitor in the octagon. With that said, things could go different. It's an interesting card to pick. But I have confidence in Derek Lewis that, with this injury, he's been working on certain things and should look a lot better. I think that's what's going to happen at least. Next in the UFC welterweight division, we have Wonderboy Stephen Thompson versus Luke Ray. I haven't really been impressed with Wonderboy, other than his 2 fights with Woodley, which Woodley's kind of boring sometimes. What has Wonderboy really done? Yeah, he's won some fights here and there, but I don't think he's going to win this fight. I think Luke Ray's going to win this fight, and I think Wonderboy should go to Bellator because I don't think he can cut it in UFC anymore. Of course, I could be completely wrong, and I might be, but I don't know. I don't like Wonderboy. Our co-main event of the evening, Kelvin Gastelum versus Darren Till. Darren Till seems to now all of a sudden not have a chin. Kelvin Gastelum is a beast. It's kind of a toss-up in my opinion. I'm going to go with Kelvin Gastelum because I think he can get the job done, and I don't think Darren Till is that good. However, he's moving up in weight. This is a fight at middleweight. He might look a lot better at middleweight because I haven't seen a fight at middleweight yet. I've only seen Darren Till fight at welterweight. So we shall see, but I'm going to pick Kelvin Gastelum to win this fight. And now the main event of the evening. The bad motherfucker title is on the line. Jorge Masvidal versus Nate Diaz. This is a tough one to speculate on who's going to win. Obviously, Masvidal has more power. He's got crazy knockouts. He's crazy in the octagon. He's a better, well-rounded fighter than Conor McGregor, who's beat Nate Diaz. But then you have Nate Diaz that might lose a couple rounds initially, but then ends up beating you, 3 rounds in a row at the end. He's got the height. He's got the reach advantage. And I'm actually starting to like Nate Diaz. I never thought I would say that. I don't know who's going to win. Hopefully, it's a really entertaining fight. If I had to bet money on it, if I had to make a prediction, I just think Nate Diaz is going to win. He's got an ironclad chin. He doesn't get knocked out. I mean, he's been knocked out before, but it's been a long time. And if this fight goes to a decision, yeah, Masvidal might win a couple rounds early on, but I think Nate Diaz can take all the later rounds and start tagging Masvidal at the end. So I'm going to go with Nate Diaz. I could be completely wrong, and I'll own up to it. Again, some of my expert analysis lately on fights hasn't been the greatest. I would have picked Damian Maia to beat Ben Askren. I never got around to doing my predictions for that fight. But then, of course, I was wrong about Stipe and Cormier, too. Stipe got his ass beat for 3 rounds, but then the 4th round decided, oh, I'm just going to do body shots. And I can't recall what else the fight between Khabib and Dustin Poirier. I don't even remember who I picked in that fight. I think I did pick Khabib in that one. And then, of course, my prediction for Robert Whittaker versus Israel Adesanya. I picked Robert Whittaker to win because he was tough and he looked good. And, yeah, Adesanya didn't even get fazed by him. So, not the brightest call. I should pick the up-and-comers. That's why I'm picking Johnny Walker to beat Corey Anderson. But we shall see. Hopefully, I'll have a better analysis for tonight's or tomorrow's fights. And make sure, as always, to leave a comment with your predictions for the card, as well as future fights that you want to see. And of course, this is J Dev, and I'll be back again soon with another. Peace.